Paint Peggy's Cove is an annual plein air event held in Peggy's Cove, Nova Scotia, a quaint and beautiful seaside village. Being so close to the ocean, the weather is unpredictable, so fingers crossed for good weather. There's my friend Alexa. You can see lots of boulders along the side of the road. Those are actually drumlins that were deposited thousands of years ago by glaciers. Thousands of people visit Peggy's Cove every year. If you ever come to Nova Scotia, make sure you stop in. So we've arrived at Peggy's Cove, and all we have to do now is go down and check in. So we'll just go down the hill and find the gallery here and this white building on the left. Next we'll head down into the cove, where I'll look for my first painting location to get warmed up. I've chosen to paint this washed up boat called Freedom 55. Not too bad for a warm-up. Next, I moved up by the lighthouse and positioned myself behind these Adirondack chairs. The weather wasn't really the best. It was sunny and all, but then it started to sun shower while I was painting this painting. You can see up in the top left near my thumb, there is a little watermark in the middle of the sky, which is actually a raindrop. So rather than give up on the painting, I decided that I would just label the raindrop along with all of the other things in the painting. When you're painting plein air, you have to be resourceful sometimes. So the next day I got there bright and early again. The water was calm. It was a beautiful, warm day. Wind hadn't picked up quite yet. So I started to scout around for another location that caught my eye. The thing about being an artist is you can have an idea about what you're going to paint, but then when the time comes, you actually have to go with what feels right. So I set my chair up here along the boardwalk, and I decided to paint this yellow dory and all of the lobster traps that surrounded it. Lobster traps, if you haven't noticed, have quite a few parts, and they can be tedious. So I don't usually enjoy painting lobster traps for the obvious reason, but today I decided to give it a go. I wet my paper and started to do my first wash. Working in the sun is a little tricky because the paint dries faster than it does in the studio. But I wanted to film at least a little bit of the process to show you how it was going. And once I got into the final details, I had to pause so that I could really focus on what I was doing and make sure I got things where I wanted them. All morning painting this, and now I remember why I don't paint lobster traps. But I probably could build one because I know all the parts. Here's my friend Alexa getting set up to work on a piece. She's putting some tape on her watercolor paper. One of the things I love about plein air festivals is working near other artists for inspiration. So I finished this piece and I took it up to my car to put it in a picture frame so that I could bring it down to the yurt where the fresh art was being sold to visitors. Here's the yurt, and we can't go inside because we can't film everybody else's art. But I'm now getting ready to go set up, near the lighthouse again. This time I'm going to take an angle where I can see more of the bottom, and I decided to do sort of an artsy style with some splashy colors. And then I needed ice cream. Ice cream. We really lucked out with the weather. Look at the beautiful, beautiful blue sky. You can see the wind in the Nova Scotia flag up there at the top of the hill. And the gulls are playing in the wind. It's not a wonder that I like to paint seagulls. All right, break time is over. Time to set up for another painting. Here you can see the reflection in the water of these beautiful shacks. And here we have a painting of those shacks. So I'm gonna set up on the side here and paint my favorite little guy, Scott. He's just standing on the edge of the wharf, looking at me. While I worked on this piece, there was a lady who kept coming in to check on me, and I didn't get a final picture of this piece because she wanted to purchase it, so I rushed to get it all finished up and brought over to the yurt, which meant that I forgot to photograph it. I painted a couple of other pieces this weekend, but they also flew away before I got a chance to take a photo. Sometimes that happens at festivals, and I'm not sad, but unfortunately I don't have pictures to share with you. So instead we'll take just one more tour around the little road here at Peggy's Point, so you can see the road that comes up to the lighthouse. Up there above on the horizon you can see it peeking over. There's all kinds of rocks to climb on. Except don't climb on the black rocks because it's actually really dangerous. They're slippery and the water can randomly wash up that high. So people lose their lives there every summer because they don't heed the warnings. But it's idyllic and beautiful and one of Nova Scotia's gems for sure. I'll be back next year. This was a really great festival. And if you're an artist and you're traveling to Nova Scotia in July, you should sign up to paint Peggy's Cove. So thanks for coming along this ride with me. I hope you enjoyed seeing the sights and sounds here at Peggy's Cove. I wasn't sure I was going to make a video about this, but once I got home and I saw that I had lots of little videos and clips, I thought, why not? So let me know what you think here in the comments. I'm not by any means a pro at painting, plein air, and filming myself, but I did the best I could. So hopefully you enjoyed it. I guess if you're still here at the very end of this video, you must have enjoyed it well enough. So let's hit the road and I'll see you soon.